Good morning, beloveds. We have an odd title today, and I'm not sure what to make of it. The title is Repent, and it's not a word we use in Science of Mind very much, so I'm curious to know where she's going to go with this. It's also Tuesday, and I keep thinking it's Monday, so I'm a little discombobulated. Because yesterday was Labor Day, so I had the day off. And I made the most of it, and did very little labor. All right, so it is September 6th. As I said, our title is Repent. The first quote is, "I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds." And that is Jeremiah 30:17. The next quote is, "Health has always been ours. Abundance has always been ours. Happiness and peace have always been ours. They are ours now, for they are the very essence and truth of our being." And that is the Science of Mind, page 164. Surgery is not usually an experience we anticipate. Until a condition becomes extreme and surgery is the only option, we would probably prefer not to go through it. However, if it does become necessary, our attitude towards it has a dramatic effect on its outcome. When we see this option as a channel for healing and keep our thoughts positive and faithful to that view, we assist in clearing the way for greater good. Many people reject conventional medicine as a pathway to healing. This negative attitude needs to be examined in the light of understanding that the divine presence is everywhere and that the essence and truth of our being is health. No matter what our previous experience, recognizing that healing takes many forms and that conventional medicine is one method through which God heals, helps affect our own healing. When we set aside fear based on past experiences and associations, we learn to trust all legitimate methods of healings as channels for good. I recognize that doctors, hospitals, and medicines are channels for good. I also recognize the essence of my being as health, happiness, and peace. I accept healing through my faith in the power and the presence, which is equally in everything, including me. I am an expression of perfect health. I let go of my attitude, known or unknown, that does not support this joyous truth. And that is M.M. Marilyn Mooney. Which leaves me with the feeling of, what? Repent. Okay. I don't know why she used that title. But I will tell you, surgery is not usually an experience we anticipate. And that's true. I've had 2 surgeries in my life. I had orthoscopic knee surgery 15, 16, 17 years ago. I'm not even sure. It is not an experience that I would choose to repeat anytime soon. There was nothing about it and I'm not sure that it helped. That being said, my knee did eventually get better. So there's that. Now, the ironic thing is the other surgery I've had cataract surgery. I've had, if you've been watching at any time, you saw there was this brief period of time where I had a shield on my eye to keep me from rubbing my eye. And it's because I had cataract surgery. And in just over a week, it'll be a week from tomorrow, I am going to have the other eye done. And it was an interesting experience. Now, the interesting thing about eye surgery is there aren't a whole lot of nerve endings where they're doing that surgery. So it doesn't hurt. But it did activate a very interesting reaction of one of my biggest fears, because I was legally blind, is of going blind, beyond the point that glasses could help. And it was not an experience that I was looking forward to. And the first couple of days were hard. Now, knowing what I know now, I'm actually looking forward to this other surgery. The doctor that I've got is very good. I know it's not going to hurt. And I know now that a couple of days after the surgery, I will be able to see very well. And that's one of the things that I like about Science of Mind is exactly that. Our attitude is all channels for healing are available. We see doctors and nurses as the hands and, the hands of God. So, and so when I treat for people who are going into medical situations, when I treat for myself going into a medical situation, that's exactly what I treat. I treat to know that they are the hands of God, that they are using the mind of God in what they're doing in my situation. And medicine is not bad. I work at a health food store but our attitude is medicine is not bad. What we want to do is we want to complement what you are doing with your doctor. And that's the same attitude that Science of Mind has. Is that the doctors and the medicine and the nurses and the whole medical, establishment, they're an extension of God. They come from God. Therefore, they're not bad. It's simply another channel. It's simply another pathway. It's simply another way that good enters into the world. So maybe what she wants us to do is repent from our feelings against of this situation. So, I still don't know what to do with that title. To understand that we are allowed to pursue any and all paths to healing. And if that means taking vitamins, if that means taking herbs, if that means eating healthy food, if that means exercising, if that means going to the doctor, if that means having surgery to fix something that wasn't quite right. I can get off on this when we talk about mental illness and mental health, because what people forget is the brain is an organ. And if the brain as an organ is not getting the right chemicals, then it's not working right. Why is it any different than wearing glasses when my eyes don't work right? So let's remove that stigma of, and let's just remove the stigma of going to doctors, that it can get interesting with being a practitioner, or a minister, and knowing that, I have, that I have medical issues that need attention. And it's like, well, can't you just pray that away? Well, no, no. Because when I pray, one of the avenues that my prayer is being answered is through the doctor. It's through the medicine, so yes, I can pray it away, but the channels with which it comes to me. And that's what I mean about getting out of the way of the how. We want to tell God exactly what we want. I want to be able to see clearly without my glasses. Well, there's a doctor that can do that for me. So, let me get on that. That's the answer to my prayer right there. And that's what she says. However, it does become necessary. Our attitude toward it has a dramatic effect on its outcome. So maybe she wants us, maybe Marilyn is after us to repent on our attitude towards. If we are resistant to the help that can come through the medical, then, and there's interesting research if you go back and look at cancer treatments and attitudes. And it's not just happy. Angry also works. Apathy is where they see the least help. It's like, if you're passionate about this situation, you're passionate about resolving it, be it laughter is the best medicine, but sometimes if you're up for the fight, that can be very helpful. So just don't fight against what's helping you. Fight against what is not working, and, see what is helping as your ally, as your companion, okay. So many people reject conventional medicine as a pathway to healing. This negative attitude needs to be examined in the light of understanding that the divine presence is everywhere, and that the essence of truth of our being is health. So I'm a big believer in all of the amazing channels in which health can enter the world, and doctors and medicine are one of them. So use what you have available to get what it is that you need to be, that you need. The truth of our being is health. And you know what? Whatever it takes to get there. And it can take eating right, and it can take exercising, and it can take taking a daily vitamin, and it can take going to the doctor, and it can take going, taking medication. You do what you need to do and recognize that they are all channels of God into this material world. So she says, I recognize that doctors, hospitals, and medicine are all channels for good. Okay? We have ancestors in common with Christian Science, but the biggest difference between us and Christian Science, and do not get me wrong, Christian Science is a wonderful tradition, but they do not go to doctors. Well, we are in the opposite camp. We see doctors as the hands of God. So, you need a doctor, go to the doctor. You need a medication, take the medication. Ernest has said it two ways. One, take the pill until you don't need and treat until you don't need the pill anymore. But he also said, as Marilyn is demonstrating, is you know what? Everything under the sun is of God. Therefore, that pill is of God. Take it. Whatever it is for. I take a pill for blood pressure. I'm not ashamed of it. And I work in a health food store. So, all the natural pathways that I tried just didn't quite work as well as that one little pill. So do I treat daily to not need it? No, because it works so effectively. All right. Oh, you see those ears were briefly in the Foster's in here with me. I think we've created the habit that he comes and does the live stream with me. He's just not the one to let me pick him up. All right. So let me see about the mission today. I really like the Science of Mind quote. Health has always been ours. Abundance has always been ours. Happiness and peace have always been ours. They are ours now, for they are the very essence and truth of our being. So, I would say that our mission today is to check our attitude on the avenues of health. What avenue of health are you excluding? For what reason? So the mission today is to check our attitudes on the avenues of health, to allow ourselves to recognize that doctors and hospitals and medicine are avenues of God as well. Just like when I get on with the mental health, the brain is an organ. And if it is not getting the hormones that it needs, and we can do that with a pill, i.e. serotonin, there's no shame in that. It's an avenue of God. It's an avenue of healing. It's an avenue of health. So that's it. Let's check our attitude on all of that today and make sure that we're getting what we need. Life is meant to be enjoyed. If you are not enjoying it, then what is it that you need to do that, and find that. And one of the things that you can do is the second thing, which is the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. If it's big or it's small, it doesn't matter. Yesterday, I went out for a walk because my bike tire was flat. And then I stayed in my house and curled up on my couch and snuggled with my cats. And that's what I needed to do. And that is a loving and kind and compassionate thing. So it's practice on yourself. And I say that for a variety of reasons. One, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. I'm going to say that every day or I'm going to try and say that every day because it's true. So practice on yourself. You are the best subject to practice that on, because practicing on people we love is easy. Practicing on ourselves, but that's where it gives us the wherewithal to practice on people that we meet that need a little extra, that aren't nice about asking for it, because we've created that bank. It is about creating that habit. It's about creating that first response. It's about self-care. It's about making sure that we're enjoying life, whatever that looks like, where we are just honestly digging in and making it a point to enjoy something every day in this life. And the more often we do it, the more of it we'll enjoy. All right. So loving, kind, compassion. It can look like taking a deep breath before you speak. It can look like taking a nap. It can look like enjoying the heck out of a piece of cake. I'm down for all of it. I'm down for all of it. So, all right. I also, as always, encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body. I encourage you to drink plenty of water. It is still hot out there. If the humidity drops, it feels like may drop under the hundreds. So drink plenty of water, and get that early in your day bright light. It will help to reset your circadian rhythms, which will help with your energy and your sleep and all of that. So it's all super important, and it's science. It's science. I don't know who it is who I hear in my head when I say it that way. Something from the 80s, I'm sure. All right. And as always, I encourage you to open the windows of your soul. Allow that breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now, because it's an inside out job. Happiness is an inside job. Heaven is an inside job, because we go within, connect with that source, breathe in that heaven, and then we open those windows and let it out. Our superpower is that we can create heaven where we are, because it is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. It is ours to do. It's ours to do. Sometimes we stop and ask ourselves, what is ours to do? Well, creating heaven around yourself, that is yours to do. But you don't do it alone. You do it with the ultimate power, which is the source of your own being. So make time for that practice. All right. Now is when I do the commercial of reminding you the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. And I am going to encourage you to email info@creativelife.org. Get on that constant contact. That way you'll know what's going on, because we've got book studies, and book studies can be dropped in and out of. You don't have to, like classes, you gotta do the work there, but book studies, you can come and go as you need. So they're pretty flexible, and we enjoy doing those, and they're all on Zoom. So, doesn't matter where you are, you can participate, from the comfort of your own home. And, there was going to be something else, and now I don't remember what it was. So I'm going to move on into encouraging you to have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanting day, a confusing day, because we had Monday off day, so we don't know what day of the week it is, but it's Tuesday. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. All right. So take care of yourself. Know that Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. Ish tomorrow, because David's an ish. I'm an ish. I'm just closer to 9 a.m. Sometimes with him, I don't know. He's got a bigger window than I do. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move into the process of my day. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.